We heard just a few moments ago Professor Susan Boyson talking about the challenges facing the ANC. They've got a very difficult time ahead of them to win back the trust of many South Africans angry over the state of our country. Let's focus on one of the most troubled regions. The Provincial Executive Committee of the ANC in the Free State has decided to recall current Premier Sisi Ntombela after losing the chairperson position to Mxolisi Dukwana. Reports suggest Ntombela and 8 MECs face the axe. This is the new provincial leadership's effort to stem internal squabbles and get service delivery back on track. Our reporter Moloko Moloto joins us now for the very latest on that. Moloko, before we go into the details, just talk to me about the reality that we're seeing a massive cabinet reshuffle for the Free State. Why are the ANC authorities there convinced this is the way to set everything right and create unity in a province that has been so riven with divisions?
Good evening, Sally Badet. Well, we said it on Friday, Sally, when the African National Congress in the Free State started with their 3-day meeting here in Bloemfontein, that a decision was going to be taken the following day on Saturday to recall Free State Premier Sisi Ntombela. That was because we had already heard from our sources who were going to be part of that particular meeting. Indeed, it is official. Today, the African National Congress, through the provincial spokesperson, Mr. Jabu Mbalula, confirmed that indeed they have resolved that Sisi Ntombela must make a way from Mxolisi Dukwana as Premier of the Free State. And Sally, that shouldn't come as a surprise, really. If you recall last month during the party's provincial conference that elected Mxolisi Dukwana as the chairperson, the national chairperson of the ANC, Mr. Gwere Mandashe, said in front of the delegates, I must also say in front of the nation, because eNCA was broadcasting that speech live. Mandashe said that the new Provincial Executive Committee has a responsibility to make an assessment of the performance of the provincial government, both at the province as well as at the local government. Mr. Mandashe going on to say that the government of the Free State is non-existent. There are no roads and there's no infrastructure that is taking place. So it shouldn't come as a surprise. It would appear that Mr. Mandashe already was preempting this particular decision. But let's listen, Sally, to the spokesperson of the ANC, Mr. Jabu Mbalula, as he was confirming today this decision by the PEC to fire Sisi Ntombela, of course saying that they want to align themselves so that the people who are in government ought to be those who are now having political power, not only at the province, but also in municipalities.
You remember that, Moloko, that the issue of premiers is a national competence. We have taken a decision and we are engaging national on the basis of that decision. If we conclude it tomorrow, then it will so happen. If we conclude it next week, so it will happen. But the position stands that the Provincial Executive Committee has took that would like to see that policy taking over the premiership.
Yeah, of course, it's the president who ultimately decides on the premier, but we also know there seems to be this extensive reshuffling that's going to happen in the Free State. So the question then really is, will the province enjoy the right calibre of MECs? The premier, the person likely to become premier, Mxolisi Dukwana, was cooperative governance MEC, didn't help with any service delivery, really, hasn't got an exemplary record. So that begs the question, is this the right team? Will we have a good team running the province?
Well, Sally, in terms of the law, specifically the constitution, it is the legislatures who elect the premiers. Of course, the party president wields more power within the ANC in particular. However, you would also recall that it is a decision of the top 7 now officials, the president and everybody else who forms part of the national officials, who decide as to who becomes the candidate for for premier positions in provinces where the ANC governs. And when you also decide to remove them, of course, the decision, as we are seeing now, is being taken at the provincial level, but it must be ratified by the top 7 officials of the ANC. You are talking of or asking about the issue of unity and renewal. This is a province that we know that it's been beset by divisions, factions and disunity. We were told that the branches were dysfunctional. We have seen parallel structures, and we have really seen the members of the party who are highly litigious resorting to court to challenge decisions of meetings and all that. Now, the fact that, Sally, in that provincial conference it was a clean sweep in that Mxolisi Dukwana was elected along a slate that supported him. In other words, none of the people who opposed him or who contested alongside Sisi Ntombela made it onto the provincial executive committee. In other words, even all the 9 MECs in the province, they couldn't make it onto the provincial executive committee of the ANC, which then means that they are no longer politically structured. And I guess it's going to be a difficult task for the new premier to make sure that he walks that tightrope, make sure that he strikes a delicate balance of trying to please those who are now in political office and those who are now MECs, so that he does not seem to be triumphant, on the other hand trying to be magnanimous in victory, because that certainly is going to be a very difficult challenge for him.
Yeah, let's listen to the spokesperson for the ANC in the Free State once more.
Datem Mxolisi has been a member of the ANC for many years, and he has been in government for many years. So he has the requisite experience, he has the requisite skills to can occupy the position of the premiership. The issue of municipalities, if you look at the report of the Auditor General, that report takes stock of not only the issues that happened during the term of Datem Mxolisi Dukwana per se, but some of these things have been happening over years. And this is the issue that also in our conference that was held on the 20th until the 22nd of January. This is a discussion also that our branches raised.
Very quickly, Moloko, any indication of time frames for the new premier and possibly even the new MECs?
Well, Sally, of course, Mr. Mbalula there was responding to my question when I say Mxolisi Dukwana is MEC of cooperative governance. His responsibility is to overlook and check the performance of municipalities. And you say you are not happy with the state of municipalities. Why do you think he deserves to be promoted? That's how he responded. Of course, the premier certainly by now, she is aware of this decision by the Provincial Executive Committee of the ANC. What I'm not too sure, though, as I tried to speak to her spokesperson, Palesa Chubisi, is whether the ANC officially informed her of this decision. Of course, when you speak to Mr. Mbalula, the spokesperson of the ANC in the Free State, he says that the officials of the ANC told her. But when you speak to Palesa, she doesn't commit as to confirming whether the premier was officially informed of this decision. We are hoping that she will speak to us, that is the premier. But the indication is that they want the ANC in the province, they want Mxolisi Dukwana to take over as quick as possible, because they want to already start to create an impression that they are now changing the course as far as the direction of this province is concerned, considering that there will be elections next year. Sally?
Plenty of work to do in the Free State in particular. Thank you so much. That's our reporter Moloko Moloto.